Creative Brain Candy by creators for creators.
Hi everyone, and welcome to CBC Brainstorm. This is episode 2, and today we have 2 of the 3 hosts of Catobophobia. Today we have the real Jimbo, also called Jimmy, and Kareem. His Discord name is yeah, that.
Can we just call him Creamy? Jimmy and Creamy?
That's what I call him.
No.
I don't think you're familiar with him enough to actually give him a nickname.
Kareem is going to be over here, like right there, and this is the real Jimbo, also Jimmy. And then over on the side we have Robbie and Jimmy Satis.
I'm not Jimmy Satis. Don't call me that. Notice the swag. Go to creativebrainganddy.com. Click the merch button in the top right, and you too can have the greatest podcast gear known to man.
Or what is some podcast gear?
If you buy a Rob is Satis shirt, that is
they're out there. They're out there.
There's 2. Okay, there's 2. Bucko. That's not enough.
Rob has decided to eat during our recording session today. Thanks,
What
Rob.
is he eating?
This
it's
wouldn't
probably
be
goldfish
a recording
milk, where he put the milk in the bowl first and then added the goldfish because he's
You're
a
close.
freak.
It's chopped up strawberries and some whipped cream and some sugar-free caramel sauce.
What is sugar-free caramel? How does that make any sense?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
I don't know.
Isn't caramel like literally just sugar?
Sugar and cream. Yeah.
I don't ask how the sauce is made. I just eat it.
Lost in the sauce.
Yes.
I like how we have Catobophobia on a podcast about like nutrition and weightlifting, powerlifting, and like all that stuff. And we've got Sparkles over there eating a fucking bowl of sugar, and I'm smoking a cigar.
Fruits. It's fruit. It's okay.
Sure.
So, do either of you guys eat bowls of sugar or smoke cigars? I'm gonna guess. No.
I smoked a cigar once and I threw up, so never again.
I've never smoked, but I guess the most sugary thing I eat is like raw honey every now and then because I love honey. But yeah, that's it.
So, what's the difference between raw honey and like honey?
Well, one's not processed.
Well, yeah, one's honey isn't really processed
has, like, pollen still mixed in there, like a bunch of like the flour stuff. Yeah, it tastes better.
Okay.
I recommend it. It tastes better.
So and if you threw up after a cigar, you smoked the wrong cigar.
No, I smoked the cigar wrong.
It wasn't a Swisher Sweet.
The king of cigars.
I smoked it very incorrectly. Like I inhaled instead of puffing.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it ended very badly.
Yes, that will end very badly. For those of you who are wondering, I am smoking a Davidoff Winston Churchill Toro. I'm bougie like that today.
Bougie.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, wait. Are you gonna? Don't tell me you're going Scottish.
Oh God, no.
No,
don't do it.
No Scottish accent today.
Thank goodness. I mean, darn.
Yeah,
that's tomorrow.
That's the word we're looking for. So, how did you guys come about to starting your weightlifting and powerlifting podcast?
Kareem, you wanna answer this?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot, and I mean a lot of misinformation about fitness. A lot of people go off by like what they see. All right, so this person's attractive. They know what they're talking about, but then they go through down like the wrong path. They don't see any changes in how they look or in how they feel, or they do, but it's too slow. Or, they're just following some wrong way of eating and they get discouraged, so they leave. Me and Jimmy thought that'd be a good idea to give people insight through firsthand experience of someone who's like pretty on like, relatable to the normal person. I mean, I'm a college student. Jimmy's a college student. College kids, that's usually where like people start, all right, I want to get into fitness.
Or they drink too much beer.
And then they go to the gym to lose it.
It's really weird. It's one or the other.
Yeah, you get the college 20 or something like that, right?
Freshman 30.
15.
Oh,
yeah, 30.
Freshman
It's
30.
30 now. It used to be 15.
So
for me, it was more like 30. So
for me, it was like freshman -10, sadly. But
well, it's because you weren't eating, right?
That's what happens when when you sustain yourself on ramen and air.
Yeah,
exactly. And yeah, so me and Jimmy are like also kind of opposite sides of the coin. So Jimmy, usually he has problems with losing weight. Sometimes I have problems of gaining weight. So we can give really good insight on both sides and what we both do to to approach that issue that we both have. And then our other host, Jimmy Stratton, he is a coach, so he gives people like the little intricate details that you need once you become like a little bit more advanced. So all of us together kind of make up, in my opinion, a pretty good amount of insight into fitness for beginners and advanced lifters.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Stratton kind of handles more of like Kareem said, the intricate details. He's worked with a lot more people, so he's seen a lot more of like how different people's bodies interact with different stimulus, right? So he has more of like a general wide perspective on like how different things affect people, where Kareem and I have more of a like self perspective and from seeing what our peers and everything have dealt with in terms of exercise and weight loss.
We also do like to push the limit on what we could do. So like I'm a pretty busy guy. Jimmy's also a pretty busy guy. So we also want to show people that you most definitely can, no matter what, fit some type of fitness into your lifestyle, no matter how busy you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get asked all the time how I maintain my girlish figure.
Oh,
It's leave
hard,
the house.
The secret is cigars. From what I understand, it's cigars.
It's cigars. It's a lot of cigars, a lot of fast food, just healthy living all the way around.
Yeah, hoarding.
What was the thing from the Spoiler They Die? It was like alcohol and weight or diet pills or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it was alcohol and diet pills. Yeah.
vodka
Yeah, that
and
was
diet
like
pills.
the 80s diet, right?
Mm-hmm. The only thing we would add here in 2020, well, I guess two things is one we would wear a mask, of course, and the other one's Viagra. I mean, and that's the diet right there.
That's a need to do. I'll try that one day.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
So
I love the experiment on myself. We'll figure it out.
Next week, we're looking for a new host for Catobophobia. Jimmy's down.
Jimmy in memoriam is what the title of the episode will be.
Sad day in American history.
So, what are your two personal fitness goals? I mean, are you bought? So, I have both powerlifting and bodybuilding friends, and I've worked out with both sets, and their workouts are totally different. I did powerlifting for a while, then I got injured and just haven't gone back. But so, what are your goals? Are you bodybuilders, powerlifters?
We're both predominantly like powerlifters. He got into it a little bit before I did, and because of that, I mean, like our numbers are actually pretty similar for most of the lifts. If you don't know, in powerlifting, we do like a squat, a bench, a deadlift. That's the three main lifts. For me, my personal goal would be by the next competition, hopefully, to have a 500-pound squat. I feel like that's realistic, but also like I have to kind of reach for it. You know what I mean? So that's my goal personally for like the next big kind of. What happened?
Jason,
What are you doing?
Are we not live?
no, we're not live. Waiting for Creative Brain Candy on
Classic.
YouTube.
Classic.
Are you
Rookie-
recording this at least?
Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
It's because you didn't bring Craig into this, is it?
That's it.
This is why I always got to keep Craig on.
I like how you did it
Yeah.
on the camera, though, instead of messaging me. That was classy.
Hey,
Well, that's
hey.
look. That's
he
exactly.
is what we talked about this 2 weeks ago, right? We're the
I
anchor.
am the anchor. I am the
Yes,
anchor that
Satis
holds
is-
Satis down.
Yes. No, just the cooperative.
The whole
Satis
cooperative.
Satis is the anchor, right?
Well, I know, but I mean, if Satis had an anchor, then it would be me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Look, Kat messaged me. I figured she would have messaged you first and been like, "Hey, we're not live. Like, are you having technical
Wait,
difficulties?"
she messaged you and told you we weren't live.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you having technical difficulties?" I'm like, "No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't run this.
Why didn't
Classic.
she just like put it in CBC or something?
don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, she hates
So
all of
everybody
us.
could see it. Yeah.
She actually hates all of us.
She does. Well, I mean, yeah. If you know Kat, she hates everybody.
Oh yeah.
Except for Ryan Reynolds. Apparently he's perfect.
I was listening to what was it? The Bad Gamers Anonymous, the ghosts. I don't want to say the name of the game wrong.
No,
the ghosts
say
of
it.
Say it,
Ghost of
'cause
Tsushima or something like that.
yeah, the voice actors couldn't get it right either.
Yeah.
But it was pretty entertaining listening to how like quiet Cat was, and then you would go. You were pretty much dragging it along, and from what I understand, I don't listen to that show regularly, but
No,
you're not on that show regularly, right?
no, I'm not. I guest hosted that show.
Oh, okay.
I've been looking forward to this. So BGA used to be my podcast. It was me and another guy, Garrick, and then I stopped doing it to focus on cigars and hoarding those. As Jason,
Oh, he said it. The first
as Jason likes to put it.
No. The first step is admittance. You're
Okay.
you're on your way to recovery. Good job.
Focus on that, and then kind of grow that brand. So I kind of stepped away. I'm still like the producer of the show,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, no.
We are
it's
now
Cat.
live. Thanks for everybody who let us know that, yeah, I fucked up. So apparently,
wait.
whenever
This
you
is a perfect
schedule a
opportunity.
live fucking stream on YouTube, you have to put in a separate stream key. Who fucking knew?
Probably everyone who streams on YouTube regularly.
Yeah, well,
Probably. So is this the time of the podcast, or I guess the live cast that we see the Jason's Wrong dance?
what the fuck?
Is there a Jason's Wrong dance? I need to see this.
We have the music. We need the
How
dance
was I
to the
wrong?
music.
I just
'Cause you
didn't
messed
know
up.
something.
You screwed up.
Okay, screwing up and being wrong are two different fucking things.
Well,
Idiot.
listen, we're not mad at you. We're not mad at you. It's okay.
I want look. If there's a
We just
I'm
want to
wrong
dance.
Yeah,
We just
Rob would
wanna
have
see
to
you
dance. He would die from exhaustion.
I just want to see Jason dance.
Why?
I don't know. I'll have to turn my screen off because you guys probably don't want to see me touching myself.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Moving on.
Guys, I
So-
gotta go. Bye.
we appreciate
Sorry,
you
sorry.
guys being on the co-op. And I understand that you're
Bye.
so.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Where were we before Rob decided to take this to a very,
I honestly
very
don't remember.
awkward
All I
place?
can think about now is
Something
people
about
touching
500
themselves.
pounds. Yeah. It was just going to be
why.
the nipples. It was just going to be the nipples. 500 pounds.
So you
squat.
want to do a 500-pound squat, which is a lot. Yeah.
Where are you now?
The last time I squat attempted, I hit 430. So it's like a 70-pound difference from where I'm at now.
That's a huge gulf.
Yeah, but granted, I mean, it's weird because like with powerlifting, like when I first started, I'd already been strength training, and my squat went from like 385 to like 420 pounds in 3 months. So I made like a, what is that, 380, 420, 40-pound jump in like 3 months, which is pretty good. And we have about, 3 months till the next competition? Kareem, right?
It's in November, but that's probably not gonna happen. So
Okay.
So what?
Well-
So his next competition is going to be this time next year. So he's got plenty of time to get to 500.
Exactly.
Plenty of time.
Exactly.
yeah,
Kareem, what about you?
I think you can definitely. I think you can get the five. First of all, I think you can get the 500 because just the competitions are not going to be happening anytime soon. Not even because the competitions can't happen. Like realistically, you could probably set up a powerlifting competition right now. The problem is you can't get gyms open right now, so no one's going to be lifting to go with those competitions anyways. But moving on to like my lifting goals or like just goals in general, I'm kind of the same way. I try to focus more on power more than anything, and I just it's kind of weird because with Jimmy, sometimes Jimmy likes to focus on how he looks a little bit more than me, but he struggles with that and he just puts on more power. But for me, I try to focus more on power and not so much on how I look, but the way I look just gets better while my power is like kind of stagnant. So it kind of
All right.
sucks.
So
but-
first off, can I curse on this show?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
first
I've
off,
been
fuck-
throwing
fuck
F-bombs
you.
all day.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. Second off, it is weirdly true how that works. Like, I get caught up a lot of the time in like my physique and how I look, but a lot of the time I'm stronger than Kareem because he's a small boy. But Kareem a lot of the time
Oh.
focuses a lot more on the numbers, but he looks a lot better than I do.
Yeah,
It's weird
I'm
how
a weight
that
class
works.
below Jimmy, so that's like just to be exact, I compete in the 74 kilogram weight class, so that's 163 pounds. Jimmy's in the 83 kilogram or 84 kilogram. and that's 183 pounds, or 181, somewhere on there.
To
But
be
yeah,
fair,
I guess
to
my
be
goal
fair,
would be
I walk around at like at the competition I was like 172.
yeah,
So if I really
Yeah.
wanted to, I could cut down, but I'm too lazy to do that.
yeah, no,
That's
cutting
so
down
cute,
is
180.
the worst thing in the world. It's not fun.
I
You
haven't done
hadn't
180
seen
since high
180.
school.
I was gonna say you had seen 180 since you were in diapers.
Fuck off.
Wow, diapers? Jesus.
Well, you gotta realize he's an old man, so he's probably wearing diapers now.
I don't think that's. Look, you guys talk a lot on your show about like the how to. I want to talk about the community for a minute, and I'm just going to give you my experience with the community. I used to work with a guy who was he always went to the Mr. Iowa competitions. Like he was 6'3", 6'4", like probably 240, all muscle, like big dude, right? Like used to powerlift.
Okay.
He was a douchebag. And I have found that in that community, there are a lot of douchebags.
So
Is that still the case? Is that everywhere? Is it just, the douchebags I've met happen to be
I mean, you're
powerlifters?
talking to two right now, so
I was gonna say
It
maybe that's an
depends.
Iowa thing, but
Yeah.
I think in bodybuilding you see a lot more of that, honestly, because not to put anything against bodybuilders, but I think it's a lot more to do with like bodybuilders. Their lifestyle is, I mean, I consider it very unhealthy. They go on these extreme cuts to like very low body fat, and then bulk up to extreme amounts. Sometimes with the use of like performance enhancing drugs. Really just depends on the person. But they're putting so much on the table that I think they kind of have to like let ego come into that. Like they're putting their entire being into how they look, right? So like I think ego comes to play in that, and that's
image too much.
yeah, exactly, because their entire sport's built around. Are we still not live?
no, we're live.
No. No, we're not live.
No, we're not.
We're not.
Nope.
Nope.
You want me to pause for a
One
second?
day
Or
we
we
will.
keep going?
No, you're
No,
fine.
no,
Just keep
no, keep
going. No,
going.
this is being recorded, so I mean it's fine. We'll put it up on
It'll get-
YouTube later. But for
But,
whatever
the li-
reason, the
Yeah,
live
the live
stream's not
part.
working.
Yeah, the live part's just a bonus.
That's odd
Okay.
because I'm looking at it right now.
They all say we're not. Like they've been saying we're not.
You also said we were live the first time around, and we weren't. So I can't really trust you. I don't trust you, Jason.
Yeah,
So
so-
you're saying that like so the attitude is based on like their diet and their routine more than it is just a
No,
common thing
Ego too.
with everybody.
Ego.
More
It is.
so because like their entire sport is built around like how they look, like what the physique they bring on stages. You know what I mean? So if like you don't have ego involved with that, it's kind of hard to separate the two. But I think with
That makes
powerlifting,
sense.
you kind of have to remove ego. This is something I had to learn because like my mentality has always been like just man up and fucking do the weight. And sometimes that isn't the best way to do it. Like you end up either injuring yourself or you put too much fatigue on your body. And Kareem kind of helped me with that along the lines. Like him and I have been friends for a really long time, and he'll call me out on my bullshit if I'm like ever letting ego get in the way of it. And I think that's kind of where powerlifters and bodybuilders are very different. I think it's just simply ego. Like I think bodybuilders are a lot more involved with their ego, where powerlifters are very far removed for the most part. It's not the
Yeah.
case for everybody, but
Yeah, I think like okay, so one like a good example would be that if I'm powerlifting, I am very rarely ever lifting close to my max when I'm not like prepping for a competition or I'm like very close to my competition. So I'm like lifting majority of the time like around 70% of my max, which is a lot less than what I could lift, but I still have to do that weight because I'm not trying to lift as much as I can or impress anyone right now. I'm trying to impress people when I do the competition, and I'm trying to impress myself when I do the competition. But bodybuilders, a lot of the time, they'll and it depends on the bodybuilder's program. A lot of the time, they do go to like 1 or 2 reps till failure. They'll go as hard as they can on every workout, really, and that should be fine for them if they're on steroids or drugs like that, which a lot of bodybuilders are for a fact on. But the like average powerlifter, even the stronger powerlifters who compete in a drug-tested federation, they can't do that. Like they can't, and they aren't lifting close to their max weight every lifting session. It's just not how it works.
So the distinction is the bodybuilders are there like to build their body to get as much muscle mass as they possibly can.
Mhm.
Powerlifting is it's more of a sprint, not a marathon. Like you're going for that one big power lift. Is that
Essentially, yeah. So like with
It's a
bodybuilding,
marathon, but it's also a sprint. If that makes
Yeah,
sense, because
because you have to go ahead.
you know,
Sorry.
like you're taking your time building up. So I would consider it the marathon part, but the actual competition is like a sprint. The marathon part is lifting. Like I'll tell you that the 3 months before a competition, I'm lifting not really heavy weight for like the first month or two. I'm lifting heavyweight, but not anything compared to like the last month. So that's the marathon part. I'm not even like trying that hard the first month or two. Yes, I'm still being consistent, which is the marathon part. But towards the end, now I'm sprinting because now I'm lifting very heavy weights, small amounts of reps, and then at the competition, it's a full-on sprint. So it has elements of both. With bodybuilding, I really can't speak on it too much because I don't have that much experience with it. But it's it's not uncommon to hear a bodybuilder goes pretty hard every single day.
Yeah, but their version of hard is a lot different from ours. So, granted, like he said, we are not the most experienced bodybuilders. We never competed or anything like that, but we've seen the sport and we kind of understand how it works. With a bodybuilder, they're more going for, like, they're trying to fatigue their body. They're trying to push their like muscles to like their limit in a sense. They're going to sometimes, not always. Sometimes they're going to failure. Sometimes they're doing reps at like somewhat high weight at like 15 reps. Whereas for us, I think the most I've done in this cycle for this competition has been, I think, 8 reps is the most I've done in a set. So we
For me,
stay
it's
in a
6 so
lot.
far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I've done 8, and I think that was like 1 week, and now I'm down to like 6 reps per workout for like.
Also, when you're a bodybuilder, like people look at you like you're some kind of god. Like people worship Arnold. Like it's not uncommon to. It's not that surprising to hear that you're extremely egotistic or like full of yourself when people literally see you as a deity.
well? I don't
Which
know
is
if he's a deity, but he does smoke cigars, so he can't be all bad.
The thing I
Hey,
find,
there you go. People, they see what they want to be in big bodybuilders, you know?
Well,
Like-
okay, but I mean, out of the two, when you're talking bodybuilders and powerlifters, out of the two, I look at one as long term, it's unsustainable, and
Which
the other
one?
one is probably very sustainable and probably more healthy in the long run because you're
Which
not
one?
really. Well, I think powerlifting is more sustainable.
yeah,
What you do
Then-
because we want to make sure that we say this right.
I'm sorry.
No, just when you said which one, I'm sorry. I was like, which one do you do? Because we want to make sure we say it right.
We don't want to fuck
You
it
know.
up.
They
Yeah,
both said they're
yeah, yeah.
powerlifters.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's powerlifting. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Well, no, I
it
think-
is.
I think powerlifting
yeah.
is. I mean, when you take a look at guys, and I'm going to throw wrestlers out there because that's what I know, like guys like Lex Luger. And when you talk about that kind of stuff, it almost
Hulk
goes
Hogan.
hand in hand
That's our
every time
wrestlers.
with fucking with steroids and with things that you do to your body to push it to its absolute limit to get it to its most possible physical peak, right? Where with powerlifting, you're doing it to maintain a lifestyle.
Yeah, so kind of put it
Yeah.
this way, like if you look at a bodybuilder, right? Their whole motive is to look the best they can on stage. So if everybody around them is using performance enhancing drugs, steroids, to make themselves look bigger and look more cut and put on the most muscle, they're going to be encouraged to do the same thing. In powerlifting, granted, some of that stuff I'm sure does happen, but you can reach competitive levels of strength without having to use performance enhancing drugs. You know what I mean? It's not necessary to compete at the highest level. That's, I think, the difference. On top of that, too, I don't think the main issue is the performance-enhancing drugs because that's not like a make-or-break deal for health. Granted, they're not good, but I think more of the issue comes with the diet. So with bodybuilders, they're going through these phases of extreme cut and then extreme bulk, right? So they'll go through a cut that takes them down to like 5% body fat, around there. The male body really isn't supposed to be below 9% body fat. At that point, you start having
their
hormonal
dicks don't
issues.
work.
Yeah, you start having hormonal issues. You start having health issues, organs. If you keep going further, like you're going to start to see organ failure and stuff like that. So bodybuilders are pushing their bodies to the limit of like what they're naturally supposed to do. So long term, that can't be sustainable in terms of like your diet and overall health. So it's not that sustainable of a sport. With powerlifting, granted, people always try to make the argument like, oh, you're gonna break your back or something, like something stupid like that. It's not exactly how it works. If you're safe and you're doing everything correctly, you'll be fine. And the diet with powerlifting is extremely sustainable. Like I could eat the way I eat now, probably for the rest of my life, and not have any issues.
So then, what about like the strongman competition where you see, big giant fat guys throwing tires, fucking, is that the same kind of deal?
So again, the issue with that is kind of the diet. If you
Those
ever
guys
watched,
do steroids.
yeah, you ever
Those guys
watch,
are roids.
Yeah.
you ever see Brian
that's
Shaw?
found out.
Brian Shaw, do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
He's like a really big strongman guy, and the dude's like 6'7", and like
The only one I know is the mountain.
the Mount Thor Bjornsson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, even like if you ever watch videos by them, they're eating like 12,000 calories per day.
Yeah.
Like that's an absurd amount of food.
Yeah.
Swimmers do that too. They eat I mean,
Yeah, but they burn all that off in
Right.
the first lap. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if
What,
that's
what did
accurate.
Michael Phelps said? He ate like what 10,000 a day or something
10,000.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was an insane amount. I
That's
don't
a
even
lot of
know that I
Subway.
could eat
It's
that
not-
many
it's not
calories
common,
in a
yeah.
day.
That's a lot of carbs is what
That's a
that
lot of
is.
Subway, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, so I've got friends who are bodybuilders, and they do cut down, but it's only for like a 3 or 4 day stint. They start cutting their carbs about 2 weeks out, if I'm remembering correctly, and then they'll have like 0 carbs and like super lean meals for like 3 or 4 days before competition to lean down. But yeah, it takes a toll, and there's tons of steroids in the sport, in the bodybuilding sport. Yeah.
Well, think about this too. This is not. I don't have any studies to like kind of put this idea across, but I'll just explain like the best way I can. From an evolutionary standpoint, right? Your body's goal, if you're in like a form of starvation, is to hold on to fat to try to keep you alive longer, right? It's going to get rid of what's important, like less important, and then hold on to what's more important. So if you come out of a phase of starvation, your body's going to just store all the fat so that if you go into another like cycle of starvation, you're good. Okay. With bodybuilding, because they're cutting down so hard, it's kind of going to send signals to their body like, oh, I'm starving in a sense, right? That's why you see these bodybuilders do these huge cheat days, and they do these refeed days and stuff like that to kind of trick their body. But if you ever look at like a bodybuilder on Instagram, when they come off of a competition, they typically like binge really badly, and they'll put on like 20 to 30 pounds after a competition. Their body's going to store as much of that as it can, and then that means the next time they have to cut down, it's going to be twice as hard to do it. So they're going to have to reduce their calories twice as much, not like actually twice as much, but a bit more every single time they get down to that lower body percentage. That's why, like, who is it? Is it Ronnie Coleman? Who was the 7-time Mr. Olympia? Kareem? Do you know? Was it Ronnie?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
Ronnie.
that's Ronnie Coleman.
It's Ronnie Coleman. He, like, every year his physique got worse and worse. Like, I think year 3 was like his best physique. I'm not a big bodybuilding guy, but if I remember correctly, year 3 was like his best physique, and then after that, it just got progressively worse because it becomes harder and harder for him to cut down.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of factors. That age, other
Yeah, that's
competitors
it.
that were just simply bigger or better. But that definitely plays into it. It's not easy. It takes a toll on your body.
So let me ask you guys this: like, not to get away from what we're talking about, but what's the unhealthiest thing you two guys do?
Smoke
But-
cigars and
No,
not
wait.
very well.
In terms of like diet or just general
In
lifestyle?
a general, like, do you not have any vices?
No, I definitely do. My biggest thing is I'm not like a big sweets guy.
Gluten.
Shut the hell up.
What'd you say?
It's gluten. He eats gluten.
Gluten?
My
Oh,
guy has
gluten.
celiac disease.
I thought you said glue in.
Yeah, he eats
I
glue
have,
stick.
I have celiac disease, and if like I
Oh.
eat any kind of gluten, like pizza or like any kind of pastry for dessert, it destroys my stomach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sometimes like for example, this kid on my birthday brought me Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm not supposed to eat those.
Oh, wow.
But you did anyway, didn't
Oh,
you?
but
That's just
I
deep
did.
fried gluten.
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's fried gluten.
Yeah, I got a friend who's got diagnosed with celiacs just recently, and it totally threw her off. You know.
Did you send
She
her
feels-
donuts?
No, I didn't. So you've got
Congratulations,
like
you've got celiac. Here's some donuts.
yeah, right. So you've got sun sensitivity and all that as well.
No, I
With
don't.
the-
I
with
only
the-
have the gluten and like the digestion
Okay.
issues.
Okay.
That not as much. I mean, I was just out in the sun like before we recorded this. That's why I'm like wearing a tank top and everything.
Well, I
We're
just
on a
thought
lake
you
front.
were. I thought you were just playing your part. You know, being a
I was
power
going to
Being a
say thanks for
douchebag.
dressing up, but then I
Yeah,
looked and saw
right.
what Rob was wearing. I'm like, ah, fuck it, you're fine.
Yeah.
I like how Rob's green shirt is poking out from his white
poking out.
shirt.
I know it's terrible.
I like how we can still see Rob's bed.
Yep.
All
You
right, so
can.
yours.
That's
so
where the
yours
magic
is,
happens.
Yeah, there's no magic there. So gluten, that's yours, and I can understand how that's a vice because you're like, I mean, look, if I had to cut out carbs altogether, I mean, I've done that. I've done like the Atkins and the keto thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I like carbs. Like, give me a
It's not
fucking
fun.
donut. No, yeah, give me a donut and shut the fuck up. Kareem, what's one of your vices? Give me something that you do that's unhealthy. I feel bad about myself, and my self-image is going downhill. I need another cigar and maybe some goddamn scotch.
If Kareem can't
I'll
think
be
of anything,
honest.
I'm gonna put this kid on blast right now.
Not, dude. How can I not think of anything, dude? No one's perfect. Even like the top athletes, they sometimes have their imperfections too. So, and I'm definitely no top athlete. So I can tell you right now, I'm a college student, and that should put. I mean, you could probably put two and two together, but I stay up late, and sleep is really important for building muscle and staying healthy. I stay up late studying. That's one thing. I get fast food more often than I should, so definitely don't feel bad about that at all.
You also
Those are
don't
two
eat a lot.
things.
You
Yeah,
don't
okay,
eat a
but
lot.
yeah, like what do you get? Let's talk about your fast food order for a second. Like, what are you ordering at fast
Okay.
food? You're like, can I get a McDonald's salad and,
No.
and like the light dressing, and I'll just use a little bit of it. Like, what are you
Oh.
getting?
Hold the
So
tomatoes.
I go to Taco Bell, McDonald's, Wendy's, and okay, I'll just go with those three.
Oh,
Okay,
now
let's-
I'm
let's-
hungry.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Right. Let's hear your Taco Bell order, like a typical Kareem Taco Bell order, because you can find out a lot about a person from their Taco
Every
Bell
single
order.
time I go to Taco Bell, I get this same exact order. Okay, it is the steak quesarito and the 5-layer beef burrito. Every single time.
So you get two
Oh,
items,
not-
and you're like, oh my god, I'm so fat. I feel bloated afterwards.
I need to
Well,
put
to
my
be
fat
fair-
pants on.
Right.
They're pretty decently big, like calorie wise. That's like what 800 calories probably, or
Oh my god, a whole 800 calories for one meal.
No,
Holy
listen
shit.
to this. Listen to this. What like what was it? Senior year of high school, I think. This is a few years back.
no, not this.
I don't even know. We decided to do a 10,000 calorie challenge. Me, Kareem, and another friend of ours. And we started we should have started earlier, but we started at like 11 in the morning.
2 p.m. It was like
It was bad.
So you were
It was-
trying to do 10,000 calories
We
in
were
a day?
trying to eat 10,000 calories in a day. So
Okay.
our first
alright.
meal was zebra cakes. You know, like the
Oh,
Yeah, the
good
little
choice. Good
Yeah.
choice. Yeah.
yeah.
cosmic
So-
brownies.
Each of us had a box of zebra cakes, and each of us had a box of cosmic brownies. Okay.
Okay.
So after that, we went to.
That's
was
not
it Five
10,000
Guys?
calories right there.
We went to
Wow.
That's
No,
only
it got
5
bad.
calories.
In fact, that's
we-
worse
we went
because
to
it's all
Arby's,
carbs,
bro.
and carbs are the least calorie dense macronutrients. So they're filling up with
Yeah.
Right.
with-
We didn't do this smart. We
Hey.
didn't do this correctly.
They were high school kids. He prefaced this whole thing,
we
right?
should have been downing
Yeah.
like butter, just eating
Milkshakes.
butter.
Milkshakes and butter.
Oh god,
Ugh.
milkshakes
So-
topped with butter.
Butter flavored milkshake. There you go.
We went to
Giant Rockets,
Arby's.
right?
No. We went to Johnny Rockets. I think later in the day. But we went to Arby's. We got the meat mountain, which was like, it's 2 buns
Every
and then just
single meat.
every meat they have on the menu.
Nice.
Oh my god!
So it was
I
like
am getting
chicken-
really hungry.
It was like chicken tenders, roast beef, bologna. Like it was disgusting. We
Jesus.
ate that. Then we went to Five Guys. We got milkshakes, burgers, and fries. Okay. Then we went to Johnny Rockets, got milkshakes again. By this point, it was like 5 at night. I had eaten like 7,000 calories. I thought I was gonna die. And I
Yeah,
felt awful. And he went to the store. I was like, dude, I can't. I'm done. Like I quit at 7,000. I think 500. Kareem went to the store and got 2 things of Ben and Jerry's ice cream. And I think the 2 things of Ben and Jerry's ice cream brought him like right to 10,000. and I think he threw up like right afterwards. It was so
Oh.
bad.
Oh yeah, because
that's
your
terrible.
stomach
So-
or your body starts throwing out hormones after
we did
you
it with
hit a
third
certain
friend.
calorie account to tell you to stop eating, and you will hurl.
My joints hurt the next day, so I don't recommend it. But I wasn't the one who got Ben and Jerry's. That was our other friend who we were doing it with. I
Oh,
got
was it?
a thing of cheese. I think it was cheesecake spread by Jif.
Oh
And,
my God! No! It was.
Dude, I
it
would
was
throw up
cookies
just
and cream.
eating that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah,
Oh.
Just why didn't you guys
I was
just go
thinking
get like
too.
6 Baconators and be like, fuck it, here's my 10,000 calories.
Because they were trying to hold back on their cholesterol.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah.
Heart healthy. Heart healthy.
Yeah.
Heart healthy 10,000 calorie challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, Jimmy,
They topped it
what
off
other
with a
things
bowl
do you
of
do that are
Cheerios.
unhealthy?
What happened?
What other things that I do that are unhealthy?
I think you just don't eat enough, like on a daily basis. You talked about in the one episode how you literally will like forego eating to like study.
Yeah. That's okay. I guess that's one thing. Yeah. Okay. There definitely are other things I do that are very unhealthy. I just can't think of it on the spot.
Okay, but that's like, look, if you're under eating, that's one thing. I want to like vices, no alcohol, no like I've got to have ice
I'm
cream every
20.
other day or something. No
I have-
beer.
I have acid reflux pretty bad. I had to be seen by a gastroenterologist for it. So drinking is like off the menu because that's like
No.
a really bad trigger.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're underage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
That's
Never
one
mind.
big reason.
They knew that now. I
Yeah.
mean,
All right. Good. Yeah. Don't drink till you're 21, or smoke now. You can't even fucking smoke till you're 21. Jesus Christ. Fucking
Yeah.
dumb.
Well, I mean, besides that,
Yeah, why did I say
Maybe-
that? I could have just kept that to myself.
you could have. You could have been a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
We
you
wouldn't have
fucking
never
outed
known.
yourself now.
You-
Jesus.
The
I got,
internet is.
I got 1 month till I'm 21.
Right. Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
then let me ask you this: on your 21st birthday, like, are there days where you guys are both just like, fuck it, all bets are off? Like, I'm gonna go eat the Baconator. I'm gonna go drink myself stupid. I'm gonna go do whatever.
Eat the
Do you
Baconator
have those big cheat days? Because like The Rock has cheat days, right? When they're epic. Do you guys have cheat days?
Okay, so,
okay,
for example,
Jimmy, we need to tell them about if it fits your macros because we do not eat
no,
healthy
hold
every
on.
single day.
No, before we do that, let me tell them what I did on my birthday. On my birthday was like, what was it at this point? 2 weeks ago? A week ago? I don't even know.
I thought it was next month.
It's next month. Yeah, next month.
Next month this year.
Jimmy, come on,
Yeah,
it's
you
your
are-
birthday.
You can't
On my
edit this
birthday,
stuff
what I-
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
This is live, man. You can't edit it out.
The internet
all over.
police are after you now.
So, on my birthday, whenever that is, and I decide that I'm gonna do this, my plan is to eat an entire cheesecake, a blueberry cheesecake with a lemon blueberry cheesecake. Eat the entire thing to myself.
That actually sounds good.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, where would you plan on getting this lemon blueberry cheesecake?
Homemade.
Oh, homemade.
Oh, you got a recipe.
Okay. Well, wait. Is it going to be
Yeah.
homemade with like
you need to.
all
You need
natural
to share that.
ingredients?
Yeah, you
Like,
need
or
to
you
share.
just like, why not go to like the Cheesecake Factory and get the processed bullshit that's so bad for you but tastes so fucking good?
So like the process
Because they don't
bullshit
have
is good.
lemon blueberry.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
But,
are you
like-
putting like protein whey in there and shit, or
No,
like,
no,
are you
no.
just okay?
Half a
cream
cup
cheese.
of protein powder.
I'm just making sure. Like, look, man, when The Rock does it, he's like fucking eating a whole fucking pan of brownies and goddamn stack of pancakes.
Yeah,
And like two
yeah.
whole supreme pizzas. He's like, fuck it. It's cheat day. I'm eating whatever the hell I want.
His cheat day is insane. It was like
No
what was
kidding.
it, 12 stack of pancakes,
Yeah.
3 pizzas or something like that. It's insane.
Now, how much of that was like? Do you think was authentic, or how much of it was
Okay,
just
but here's the thing.
for
like,
the
when you-
social media?
Well, like for The
Exposure.
Rock, he explained it like this. He's like, look, every day in, day out, it's the same regimen, and it's very strict, and it's very, and he adheres to it, right? So it's day in, day out, and so once a year, literally once every 365 days, he has an epic cheat day.
Have you
Oh,
seen
it's
his
only
daily
once a
diet?
year.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
It's his daily diet's boring as hell. It's like pan
Chicken
fried
rice,
or
chicken and rice.
baked tilapia with rice and broccoli, and like baked chicken with broccoli.
Oh,
It's
no.
like the most monotonous diet.
Yeah, I mean, I've like yeah, the friends of mine who are really into fitness, their diets are just dull as shit. I couldn't eat chicken and rice and all that day in, day out, every day. I would go insane.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing is,
you
like,
don't do that,
I don't like that misconception because, like, for bodybuilders, they might have to do that because, they're competing. They have to cut down to, like, such a low body fat that it's, like, almost unhealthy. But for the average person, if you want to be in shape, you don't have to eat that boring.
Right.
Like, you can, like, we do, Kareem does a lot. Like, you do, if it fits your macros. You want to explain that, Kareem?
It basically means that you follow, instead of what you eat and based on how healthy that is, you follow the 3 macronutrients, so protein, fats, and carbs. You set your calories to whatever you want. Let's say you want to gain weight, you go like 500 calories above what you burn doing nothing, and you can just go through apps. Apps usually account for activity and like all your personal stuff like weight and height, all that stuff. And then you just eat based on percentages. So I would eat like 35% protein, which is like about my body weight or a little bit more in protein, in grams, and then I would set it to whatever I want. I don't know, 35% fat and 30% carbs, and then I eat literally whatever I want as long as it fits the calories and the macros, and that's it. Which is if it's a pizza, then I'm eating a pizza. If it's Taco Bell, I'm eating Taco Bell.
Yeah, so
even
eat
on
whatever you want, but you only get one meal because you waste all your calories eating that cheesecake, right?
Right.
That's
So
You
even
could do
your
that.
cheat days, you're doing the macro thing.
Cheat days, no. So most cheat days it should be every 10 to 14 days, and I would probably eat 300 more calories or 400 more, or whatever you want. Honestly,
Okay, but
you can
even on
whatever.
cheat days, you're watching your caloric intake.
Okay, I wouldn't personally watch my calorie intake on a
Okay.
cheat day. I would watch my protein intake. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would get my protein, and after that, it's fair game. I'm eating whatever I see.
So you try to eat your protein regardless, and then it's after that it's I'm having the whole cheesecake.
Yeah, but like nowadays, they honestly put protein in everything you want. Like I could have a protein muffin, a protein water. I've seen protein water.
Blueberry lemon cheesecake, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the secret ingredient, Jason. Is
Yeah,
protein.
I'm no longer hungry.
Yeah. No.
Well, after
How
you
do
eat
you
all
get-
that
how do
protein,
you-
you usually aren't.
So is your lemon blueberry cheesecake? Is it like hiding some sausage or some shit? Like, is that where you get your protein in there? It's
That's
gross.
good. No, the cream cheese like has a decent amount of not a decent
Yeah,
amount. It has
yeah.
some protein in it.
That's not. Yeah, from Atkins, I was like, oh, I can have like 2 tablespoons of.
I can eat a whole block of cream cheese and not care.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's
I
still
remember
mostly
being
fat.
young too. Yeah, I remember being young too. Eat whatever
Yeah.
the hell I want. Didn't
Yeah.
matter. Fuck. Now I'm old, and everything I eat goes right to my
Hips.
penis.
Oh God.
Whoa.
That went.
I don't want to. I don't want to know how that works.
direction.
Just
That
keep
went
to
south
yourself.
real quick. See what I did there?
Yeah.
It was funny too. That's a two. No,
What?
no.
What, Rob?
I was saying that was 2 of the dick jokes there. It was good.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's our stock and trade according to Jason.
Yes.
That is-
Well,
that
that's
is true.
Status's stock and trade.
That's
Dick
that- yeah.
jokes.
Well, Rob's here.
Yeah. Would you like a haiku? I could pull one up real quick.
Jesus, no, not
What
at
is
all.
haiku? Is it 575?
575. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'll try to make one up.
I wanna talk to you guys
sometimes
real
they're
quick.
harder than they should be, but
only when I piss you off and you have to come up with one on the fly.
on the fly. Yeah, I've done that twice. All right,
Yeah, I know.
I've come up with ones on the fly twice.
I want to talk to you guys real quick about how you got into podcasting because I think it's an interesting story. You guys want to talk about that? Like,
How
'cause
did
I-
we find them, or how did they
it
find us?
wasn't us. So here's the thing. Like, somebody asked me the other day, like, how did you get all these podcasts on the network? And I'm like, well, Simply Stogies kind of fell into Drunkonomics, and then Drunkonomics apparently kind of fell into Catobophobia.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So I wanted to start a podcast for the longest time. Finally, we decided we were going to do it. So we sat down, we figured it all out, and we got started. If you've listened to our first episode, it's a mess. Like it's not the best, but it gets the point across. Anyway,
You had to edit your name out so many times it was ridiculous.
oh, no,
Have you-
apparently I said something really offensive, and one of his roommates, Kareem's roommates, found it and tried to like cancel me off of it. So if you go back and I'll say because I don't give a shit, but in the first episode we were talking about CrossFit, and I made a joke like, "Who wants to watch?" I think I said like, "Who wants to watch, like, roided up women compete?" But like,
I remember that.
it's not what I didn't mean it like that. What I meant like was like, "Who wants to watch any kind of roided up athlete compete?" Anyway, his roommate, who's like obviously a woman, found it and tried to like was like giving me a hard time for it. And it's like I didn't mean it like that. Like I wouldn't watch CrossFit to begin with.
Yeah, I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I'm not watching.
I'm not
CrossFit.
watching CrossFit. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that I just keep saying that over and over again because people have brought that up multiple times. Anyway, off the point. So I've always listened to podcasts, and I found Drunkonomics kind of like when, like a month after the whole quarantine thing started, and then one of their episodes, I think it was episode 20, is either 21 or 20, whatever. They had said like, hey, if you have a podcast and this is like a network or something you're interested in, like reach out to us, we'll see what we can do. So it's like, okay, why not? So I just DM'd them on Instagram, shot him a DM, and started talking with I think it's Aaron who runs their Instagram.
Yeah.
And started talking with him, and we got the whole thing organized, and then he kind of put me towards the website to apply on the website, and that's how this all kind of started.
Wow. So you're our first actual applicant that like went
Interesting.
through the that went through the website, honestly, because James found Drunkonomics because you were doing something at the guy's bar, right?
In Nebraska. So Aaron's a bartender.
Yeah.
And his friend works there. They're both bartenders at Cigars Lounge in Nebraska. I hope I can say that because it just
They were in
Sorry,
a cigar. Ooh.
Yeah. No, they're both bartenders at a cigar lounge, and Aaron likes cigars, and so when we went to the Nebraska Cigar Festival in January before the Rona set in, we were recording there at Cigars Lounge. We talked with Stacy. Stacy's the owner of Cigars Lounge, and Aaron was there that day, and so we got him on the podcast while we were there because he wanted to make a Tim an old fashioned, and he used egg whites or something, like some kind of weird ingredient that you're not supposed to use typically in an old fashioned. And Tim thought it was the greatest thing. So Aaron sat down and we were talking cigars and we were talking liquor and we were talking scotch, and because scotch is great. Scotch. I like scotch. And so when we got done, he was like, man, I really want to start a podcast, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, dude, here's my card. Like, you call me, you email me, you do whatever you need to do. I'm like, we're starting a network like next month. I'm like, we'll get you on the network. We'll help you out. We'll get you all set up. We'll help you with all the growing pains that podcasts typically go through. And he's like, hell yeah, man. So he and I just started talking, and it grew into what it is now, Drunkonomics, and they're doing really well. So
That's awesome. So that's really crazy that you met him in a cigar lounge, and that's how it kind of all started. The kind of the main topic of your podcast kind of led to their podcast.
right, and then their podcast led to yours, and both
Yeah.
And both
so
of them
cigar-
you don't do when you're
Right.
trying to cut,
Cigars and liquor.
power lift. Yeah.
led to Catobophobia.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Let that sit in for just a second. Just breathe that in. Let that marinate for a second.
So if you drink and smoke, you could possibly power lift.
You could
By
possibly.
the law of transitive property, I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
Look, you don't need to bring fancy words into this.
Rob can't spell any of those words you
Rob
just said.
can't say any of those words.
Transitive property. He's like,
What are you talking about transvestites for? What the hell?
Rob's going, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah. Listen, somebody's gonna edit this clip, and I'm gonna be canceled again. I can't
okay.
do this.
It's okay.
okay.
Rob's a little left-handed.
You
Rob's very left-handed.
left-handed, huh?
Oh god.
Thanks.
I was gonna
That's
say, actually, what's it called? When Jimmy told me about this entire idea, I didn't even know I was doing a podcast. I thought we were doing a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So
he was upset his face wasn't on camera all the
Like,
time.
I'm a pretty man, goddammit. I need women to slide into my DMs. They're not sliding in because of my voice.
But our original idea wasn't
still
even
aren't doing
for YouTube or a pod. We are eventually going to do YouTube, but not for the time being. The original idea was to make a website where we were going to put not like blogs, but like fitness kind of articles in a sense. And then it somehow led to podcasting.
Like a fitness magazine, like an online magazine.
In a sense, yeah.
That's actually what not to pimp
That's
my
what you
own stuff,
guys
but
do,
that's
right?
what we're doing at Simply Stogie. SimplyStogies.com is turning into like an online magazine, and we're starting to move in that direction.
Hmm.
So then, what's coming up for Catobophobia? What's next? What's the next step? Are you going to do the YouTube? Are you gonna start on a website?
If you do YouTube, don't ask me to help because I obviously don't know how the fuck it works.
No. Yeah.
If we need to do a YouTube live, we'll hit you up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, do YouTube, just pre-record it and then put it up there,
Yeah.
Well,
right?
we fuck it up so you guys don't have to. We figure it all out, and we're like, fuck.
That
That
is
was
the saddest way, right?
It is the saddest way.
So the next kind of move I think is going to be towards YouTube. Like I've been working on and off for like a website, but it is very time consuming, and I want it to be like really really good before we put it out there. Especially because like the quality of the podcast is, in my opinion, has been improving over time, and I
would agree
want
with
that. I want it to kind of match. Like I want the website to be good to kind of match like the progress that we've been making on the podcast, and same thing with the YouTube. I don't want to like Kareem and I have been having like talks about this. Justin, who is a friend of ours, who's also a part of this, he's going to be more on like the YouTube end. Like he had bought a camera, like we're waiting for like camera to come in, him to kind of figure out editing, video editing and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there.
You plan on doing like videos of your training regimens and things like that,
CrossFit?
or of CrossFit?
Never say that in front of me again.
We don't say the C word around here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
the YouTube
No, what-
videos are gonna be a mix.
Do
of
you guys
things,
think
right?
that like CrossFit is terrible? Is that
No,
okay?
No,
I'll give CrossFit credit where credit is due. For
it's a good workout
like-
in a short time span.
Yeah, and it's also really good for getting like the average person into like barbell training and like Olympic weightlifting movements because they do like snatch, clean and jerk, stuff like that, which are like more Olympic style lifting, which
but
it
the
brings the
form
average
is
person
so
to that and gets
bad.
people in. What happened?
But their form is so bad.
Their form is terrible. It's god awful, but like it gets people involved and interested. You know what I mean? It's like a low barrier to entry.
Like I don't want to
So-
brag, but I do the clean and jerk all the time.
Oh God, that's three.
What order? I
That's
thought it was
three.
jerking clean.
Yeah, jerk and clean, wrong order.
No, he likes to clean and jerk. It's
Oh my god, we're gonna
Oh my
have a
God.
dick joke counter on this video.
We
we're at three already.
We're at three.
We're at three. It's like, yeah.
I couldn't help myself. He said it, and I was like, "Man, I'm trying to bite my tongue here, but fuck it."
I forgot what the hell we were even saying.
I don't know. We're talking about
what you were doing?
This is
on
what I deal
videos.
with week in and week out.
CrossFit.
Yeah, Jason's used to it. He just sits there and like, "You guys suck."
Yeah, he just puts his pointer on his notes on where he's at, and he's like, "All right, we'll pick up in another 20 minutes."
So Kareem,
Well,
you were saying?
Yeah, like the YouTube. I think what's next for the podcast and Catobophobia in general would be that me and Jimmy are gonna get our official training certifications, whether it's
Now,
the NASM or
before, hold on.
CSCS.
We already have training certifications, but there's one specific one we want to get.
Yeah. So we were already both certified to be trainers, but there are more detailed ones that we both like a little bit more. So we're gonna get those. That would be like the next step for ourselves for the YouTube channel. We want to put out a healthy mix of videos because there are a lot of like tip videos out there already. So we also want to put our own out. We want to put a healthy mix of like tip videos and our regimen and like how we eat, all that stuff. But we also want to do some out of the box type of things like pushing ourselves to do a lot of things that most people wouldn't want to do themselves, but also want to see done. So, for example, I already talked to both Jimmy and Justin, our other partner, about this. When I can get a gym membership in my area, I'm gonna train powerlifting. I'm also gonna train for a marathon. So I'm gonna try to do both at the same time to show like the dichotomy between both sports. So a marathon is a very, very, very aerobic sport. It's
Right.
basically relying purely on endurance. But powerlifting is a very, very anaerobic sport. It's relying on quick bursts of
Explosive.
strength in the second. Yeah, very different sports. But I know, because I'm a biology major, I know that you can do both as long as you do it correctly. And by correctly, I mean the right amount of sleep, the right amount of food, the right amount of rest, and the right training. And I have
So
a pretty
you
good
just
coach. for powerlifting.
You just want to do this so that you can get some sleep, because right now you don't sleep a lot, right? So you're just doing this so you can sleep and have an excuse to sleep.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's one of the
Okay.
biggest
Yep.
reasons. I
Yep.
think
No,
the
you can stop
really-
there. You can stop there. That's fine. Yeah.
So this hasn't really been done before in this like fashion. The goal is to qualify for the powerlifting nationals, or at least the collegiate nationals, and at the same time run a marathon in under. I think I set the goal at under 3 hours. Or no, that's way too fast. Under 4 hours.
That's a good clip.
So
I could walk a marathon in a few days.
No, you could. You get winded.
I would. I want to end this on something that is because I know we're quickly running out of time.
We have something else after this.
We do have something else after this. I want to end this on something that might actually help people, because God knows, between myself and Rob, all of the knowledge you guys have dropped has been completely forgotten, and we canceled it out. Like, if there's one thing, if you're sitting at home right now and you're eating a bag
on the cheesecake, dude.
and you're eating a bag of potato chips and you're doing the clean and jerk, like, what is something that people at home, that our viewers can do that it will start them on the right path? Like, what's the easiest thing?
Easiest thing in terms of diet or exercise, or both, like in general?
Either one. Like, what's the easiest?
Okay, so the biggest thing I think I see, it's like the simplest thing you can do. This is the simplest thing you can do, I think. Like, a lot of people don't drink enough water. It's a really common thing, right? Some people don't even drink water. You'll see, like, their main consumption of liquid is like juice or iced tea or something. If you're one of these people that like just doesn't drink water, the simplest thing you can do is like just force yourself to, or replace a drink with one bottle of water. I'm not saying drink a gallon, just drink a single bottle of water extra a day, and over time just kind of slowly increase it, and you'll see changes just from that alone.
Well, like, how much water should you be getting a day?
Isn't it like half of your body weight in fluid ounces, Kareem?
there is no set amount that you should get in a day, but I think I like Jimmy's idea. I think you should probably chug like 2 cups of water before every meal so that you eat less. And that'll probably help you get your water per day.
Does that actually work? Do you
Yeah.
feel fuller after you drink like
Yes.
8 ounces of water?
Your stomach definitely has receptors that tells your brain, hey, I'm full, like I'm too stretched out, I'm full. So if you drink water, that's already like a good chunk amount of your stomach that's filled up, and now you can't eat as much. So yes, it definitely does work. Yeah, I recommend
Try it. It's good. It's not a bad
That's the
tip. Like,
easiest thing.
So, so you'll be our test subject, James. All right.
I'm not a good test subject.
No.
I've been
It's
on
perfect.
a diet for the last 2-3 weeks.
So you just
So,
need to start drinking water.
That's all I drink
and-
is water.
and
That's
cut out the cigars.
No, that's never going to happen. You can fuck right off with that. I've been drinking at least 48 ounces of water a day. So
That's pretty good.
fuck off. Yeah.
Well,
Like, every
But
once,
then you-
like, I have 1 cup of coffee. This morning I had 2 because it's so.
how big is your cup? Is it like a 52 ounce? Is it like my big gulp that I normally have?
I have 8 ounces of coffee every day, and then at dinner I will have 1 iced tea unsweetened. Like, that's it, 8 ounces of that, and the rest is water. It's been 48 ounces. It's been at least 4 bottles every day. So
I think another really easy tip is eat smaller portions. Doesn't have to be a lot smaller. Just whatever you're eating, you eat a little bit less.
Don't
And
go
definitely
for
look
seconds.
Yeah, look for lower calorie foods that you like. Because I can tell you right now, there are a lot of healthy snacks out there, and there's literally virtually zero chance that you don't like any of them.
Right.
So go out and explore. You know, the ShopRite has a whole section. The ShopRite I live near, at least, has a whole section of just healthy snacks. Like, so.
Do you have ShopRite?
no,
You guys-
but I don't.
you get
You
the
guys have
idea.
ShopRites down
Do
there?
you have, what do you have? Food Lion? What is that?
No.
By you?
Kroger,
Lion.
HEB.
Kroger.
Is that farmer markets? I don't know what you guys got.
Dude, I have a farmer market here in Iowa. I got a ton of them.
Dude, you got corn in your backyard.
Yeah.
You are a farmer.
You're fuck. I hate you so much. You're so left-handed.
Yeah.
No, wait. We have Hy-Vee's the big one around here, but that's definitely just a Midwest thing.
Is your clean and jerk left-handed?
No, only when I want to do
That's
the
5.
finger.
Well,
That's
4.5 because James recycled one, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Just had to get that in there.
I like
All
it.
right, well,
I like
guys,
it.
we've got a meeting that's started about a minute ago, so I'm
Oh,
going to let you
shit.
go.
Okay.
Well, it's fine. The people that run the meeting are here.
Right.
Here, we're all here.
So thanks very much for coming on. We really enjoyed it. Tell us where we can get to Catobophobia, as well as on creativebraincandy.com. You can, of course, get it there.
So you on Twitter and Instagram at Catobophobia, spelled exactly how it sounds. Catobo.
Come on, you can do it.
Phobia.
Phobia.
So, yeah, look down at Discord. You're that bottom channel of the voice channels right there. You know, it's right there. Hey, look, we have a crasher.
Yeah.
Logan's on time. Hey,
She's actually late. Everyone's
no,
late.
everybody's late. It's 4:01. We were supposed to start a minute ago.
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk at y'all later.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
See you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Mhm.